Welcome to this week's episode of The Savvy Author. I am literary consultant Clara Rose. If you have not been with us before, first, welcome. We invite you to join us every week as we talk about all of the moving parts about publishing a book. The brainstorm and blueprint, the analysis stage, the formatting, the publishing pieces, the promoting pieces, everything that you need to know to be a savvy author. So join us every week and learn more about being a savvy author. And of course, if you have been here before, I want to say welcome back, my friends. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your support on this channel. Okay. Today is exciting, and I know I say that every week because it's always exciting, right? Today we're going to talk about some influencers. Now, if you've ever seen my show, Influence Matters, you know that I love to talk about influence. I love to study influence. What is it that makes somebody an influencer, right? What takes somebody from just running a business or just being in the public eye a little bit to that next stage, that next level, if you will? What truly turns them into an influencer? Somebody who other people listen to. They look at them and think, that person knows something that I need to know, and they become a loyal follower, a raving fan, whatever it is. So I'm always interested in studying what is it about people. And today I have a group of ladies. Not to say that we won't do an influencer watch on some gentlemen at some point, but today these are all ladies, and they all very specifically have something in common. So be paying attention to what that might be. We'll talk about that some more at the end. So let's just dive right in today and talk about these wonderful, amazing influencers. Okay, the first lady that I want to talk about is Brooke Thomas. Now, I have a little bio here that I'm going to give you some background in case you don't know who Brooke is. So Brooke Thomas is a powerhouse entrepreneur who has built a 7-figure empire empowering women to write their own rules for business. Brooke has proven herself to be an elite-level business success strategist, and she guides multiple masterminds and operates an exclusive membership-based coaching business. So she has designed a proven system that helps thousands of women take their business, their life, their faith to a level that they never even thought was possible. She is recognized as a top network marketing leader, and she has risen to the top of 2 separate companies. Such an amazing feat in itself. Brooke has mastered the science of recruiting, growth, sales, duplication, success mindset training, and building a community of proven leaders that do what they love. So her journey actually began with a cancer diagnosis in 2004. The stage 3 melanoma diagnosis actually motivated her to change her life and accelerated her pathway to success. So something really ugly and unfortunate became something really amazing in her life. She is a motivational and keynote speaker. She has been featured in numerous media outlets, including Forbes, Huffington Post, and on multiple television networks. She has authored 2 healthy cookbooks. She continues to be cancer-free and is determined to live out her life out loud with her family in Newport Beach, California, and teach other women to do the same. So Brooke, definitely an influencer. What an amazing woman. Now, many of these women that I'm going to share with you today, their list of accomplishments were far greater than the show allows time for me to tell you. So you're getting snippets, pictures of who they are. Some of these women are award-winning people. I mean, I cut out just awards I'd never even heard of, and then, of course, the big ones that we have all heard of. And I just pared it down to the things that I wanted you to pay attention to. So let's move on to our next person. So our next lady, you probably have heard this name before. Her name is Elena Cardone. Yes, married to Grant. So Elena started her career in Hollywood and soon became a successful model and actress of TV and film. Of course, she's gorgeous. A lifelong competitive sports shooter, that was interesting to me. She's now a wife, mother, an author, businesswoman, empire builder, event producer, mentor, public speaker, and absolutely a visionary. She's author of the best-selling book, Build an Empire, How to Have It All. She's executive producer of the massively successful event that includes 10X Ladies, Operation 10X Badass, Build an Empire Mastermind, and her own show, Women in Power. And then from her vast experience, she has developed her own curriculum to assist aspiring empire builders. In her Build an Empire course, she lays the groundwork for men or women as she trains them to create, grow, and defend an extraordinary career and marriage. I love that piece. Additionally, she mentors hundreds of women with her personal one-on-one coaching sessions. She is most recent in her endeavor. She has partnered up with a real estate company, and she is now a licensed realtor who plans on building the largest real estate team across the globe, helping thousands of people create generational wealth through real estate investing. I'm guessing she probably will pull that off. She has been happily married to Grant since 2004 and lives with her husband and 2 daughters, Sabrina and Scarlett, along with her 2 cats. And I love these names, Cash and Flo, in Miami Beach. They're cats, Cash and Flo. I love that. Together they have created a real estate portfolio of $4.8 billion. Wow. Can I get a wow right there? $4.8 billion. That's a significant real estate portfolio right there, my friends. Did you catch a couple of those things in there? She's an author. She's a coach. She's got some online stuff going on. Pretty amazing woman. Couldn't, of course, tell you all the things there is to tell you about her because we need to move on to the next amazing influencer. So next up, we have Jamiekern Lima. So she's using 3 names, so I'm using 3 names for her. So she is a New York Times best-selling author and the foundation of IT Cosmetics. She started this company in her living room and grew it to the largest luxury makeup brand in the country. Now, she sold that company to L'Oreal in a $1 billion deal and became the first female CEO of a brand in its 100-plus year history. Her love of customers and remarkable authenticity and belief eventually led her on the Forbes America's Richest Self-Made Women's list. She's the author of the new book, Believe It, How to Go from Underestimated to Unstoppable, which was, of course, an instant New York Times bestseller, U.S. Today bestseller, #1 Wall Street Journal bestseller, #1 Amazon bestseller, #1 Publishers Weekly bestseller, and a #1 Barnes & Noble bestseller. She's the mother of 2. She's an active investor, speaker, and thought leader who is so passionate about inspiring and elevating other women. She is also an active philanthropist who has donated over, and this is why I choked, $40 million in products and funds to help women face the effects of cancer with confidence. And she donates 100% of her author proceeds for Believe It to Feeding America and Rising Together. Wow, right? Wow. There's so much more to say about her, but I think that's just, wow. She's become an influencer, but she has taken it to the next step, and she is giving back to the world in a significant way, from your pocketbook, significant way, making a difference in the world around her. And I'm super impressed. One day, soon, I'm going to meet her and tell her what inspiration that she is. Okay, I don't have time for all of the things that she has on here, but I do want to say that she works passionately with the look good, feel better campaign where IT cosmetics are donated and to help the women who are facing cancer to feel more confident. And then she donates her proceeds of her books, of course. And then she lives in Los Angeles with her husband, Paulo, her daughter, Wonder, her son, Wilder, and her 2 French bulldogs, Rainbow and Sunshine. I think she sounds like a wonderful lady. I can't wait to meet her. All right, let's move on to our next amazing influencer so that we don't totally run out of time before we get to the end of the show. And that is Miss Genevieve Gorder. And I really hope that I said that correctly. I'm pretty sure, having not met her yet. Let me tell you about Genevieve. She is a soulful style and genuine enthusiast interior designer, which totally surprised me. So for many years, she's been an interior designer. She's the founder and director of the Genevieve Gorder brand, a television host and a producer, a home product designer, a contributing editor, and a global ambassador for home and human rights. She has appeared and been featured in over 20 lifestyle shows around the world. Currently, you can find Genevieve on Netflix, HGTV, Sony Channel Asia, the Design Network, and she's a regular contributor on The Rachel Ray Show. A 2-time Emmy nominee and regular design host at the White House, Genevieve has built multiple lifestyle collections for home, from rugs and textiles to wallpaper and stationery, and to a full line of furniture and decor for children when she partnered with the Land of Nod. Off-air and internet, so in the real world, Genevieve designs for a diverse group of clients and companies. She's guided many hotels, restaurants, cruise lines, city and private clients toward their design fantasies. She travels the world as a sister on the planet, using her influence to fight global poverty, hunger, and injustice, with a particular focus on home and empowering women and girls worldwide. She has been featured in numerous publications, both nationally and internationally. Of course, there's no time to mention them all, but you can currently find her on the cover and featured in the New York Times bestseller, In the Company of Women. She resides with her daughter in Manhattan. Wow. Wouldn't you love to have her come and help you design your home? I know I would. Okay, let's move on to our next big influencer. This is Patrice Washington. Patrice, in 2020, Success Magazine named Patrice Washington one of 12 inspiring Black voices in personal development, and she continues to be consistently called out for her expertise by the national media. She's an award-winning intuitive author, a transformational speaker, a hope-restoring coach, and a conscious media personality. Patrice is committed to teaching a holistic approach to life while defining the term wealth back to its original meaning, well-being. I did not know that before this, that wealth actually comes from, the original meaning was well-being. Of course, today we totally associate wealth for the most part with financial resources, but wealth is in all areas of our lives, many other things. And I love the way she defined that. Patrice got her start as America's money maven. She's a widely known favorite personal finance expert, but has since expanded her mission to encourage people to chase their purpose, not money. She uses her certification in financial psychology to help the masses get beyond budgets and credit reports and dive into the heart of why we behave the way we do around money. Through her spirit-led teachings and intuitive guidance, Patrice empowers her community to look at life through the lens of abundance and opportunity instead of lack and scarcity. As the host of her award-winning The Redefining Wealth podcast, Patrice has built a thriving international community of high achievers who are committed to creating a fulfilled life through balancing their careers, their home, their health, and their personal finances. She's been featured on Forbes.com as one of 15 inspiring podcast professionals of every stripe and highlighted in Style Magazine, Success magazine and entrepreneur.com. The Redefining Wealth podcast boasts over 9 million downloads and counting. So this is an influencer who has truly gotten herself in the public eye in a big way. Notice that she's using podcasting as a way to speak to people, but she's also got some other stuff going on. I can't wait to meet her as well. Okay, we can't run out of time. Let's move on to Lisa. So Lisa, I think it's Bevere is how you say her name. I'm really hoping when I meet her that I haven't mispronounced her name. So Lisa Bevere spent nearly 3 decades empowering women of all ages to find their identity and their purpose. She is a New York Times best-selling author and internationally known speaker. Her books, which include Godmothers, Strong Devotional, Adamant, Lioness Arising, Girls with Swords, and Without Rival, which are in the hands of millions of people worldwide. Lisa and her husband, John, are the founders of Messenger International. This is an organization that's committed to developing uncompromising followers of Christ who transform their world. Messenger International has given away nearly 20 million resources in 106 languages. So you hear me every week talking about making a difference in the world around you. In fact, the Savvy Author our tagline is crafting your message for the world. And that's because we know that your message can make a difference in the world around you. And Lisa is truly one of those people that is taking her message out to the world and making a difference in the world around her. And I love that part of her bio. Like that speaks to my soul. She is doing what I endeavor to do every day, and that is make a difference in the world around me. Okay, let us move on. So this one probably needs no introduction, but I'm going to give a bio for her anyway. Barbara Corcoran. So she is, of course, from ABC's Shark Tank. She's one of the sharks. We've all seen and heard her. So she actually has an amazing list of credits, and I'm going to read some of them that made me stop and pause. So her credits include straight D's in high school and college, and 20 jobs by the time she turned 23. It was her next job that would make her one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the country. She borrowed $1,000, quit her job as a waitress to start a tiny real estate company in New York City. Over the next 25 years, Barbara would parlay that $1,000 loan into a $5 billion, with a B, dollar real estate business, building the largest and best known brand in the business. She is the author of the best-selling Shark Tales, which, by the way, I love that title, How I Turned $1,000 into a billion-dollar business. And she's the host of top podcast Business Unusual with Barbara Corcoran and 888 Barbara. Corcoran is a motivational and inspirational speaker. She is a frequent small business and real estate contributor on every major network. She has been an investor and shark for the past 10 seasons on ABC's 4-time Emmy Award-winning show, Shark Tank, where we all know her from, and she is investing in over 80 businesses to date. Wow. So even though she needs no introduction, we all know who she is. I want to point out that she has this lovely book. I also want to point out that she came from more humble beginnings. She was a straight D student, my friends, in college and high school, and she had 20 jobs before she was 23. But she made a decision that changed her life. That $1,000 loan. How brave to quit your job, right? Even if you're a waitress, or you could go get another waiting table's job. She took a leap of faith and stepped into a destiny she couldn't possibly have known or seen for herself. But wow, right? Okay, so what do these women have in common? I can't forget about this last woman. I have to tell you about Teresa. Now, Teresa Todd is the founder of the Women's Real Estate Investors Network in Dallas, Texas. So actually the network is worldwide, English-speaking worldwide, but definitely nationwide. There are members of the Women's Real Estate Investors Network, including myself as a part of the network. I learned from her about real estate investing, and she has actually become a friend over the past probably 4 or 5 years, in part because, yes, I helped her write her book, which is coming out soon. So I wanted to tell you about Teresa because I wanted to ask you this question. What do all of these women that we just talked about have in common? Well, did you hear that they all, or most all of them, have a book, right? And of course you know that the show is all about being a savvy author, and we all recognize that the fastest way to build influence is by writing and publishing your own book. Fastest way to build influence. All of these women have taken extraordinary steps to build their influence, but one of those things was writing their book. I'm pretty sure that all of them said that they had a book. The other thing that they've done is gotten themselves out into the world in another way. Their magazine covers, or they're on TV shows, or they're having a podcast, or they have their own show, or they're in some way they're getting themselves out into the media. And guess what tool is the easiest tool to use to get yourself on media? I don't know. I don't know what that could be. Maybe it's a book. Maybe that's why you're here every single week, learning how you too can be a savvy author. Have your book that gets doors open for you, just like these women have done. So what else do these women have in common? The most exciting thing that these women have in common to me today is that next week I'm going to see all of these women. All these women that I would love to meet, other than Teresa that I already know, that I am inspired by, I'm impressed by, and I can't wait to shake their hand and congratulate them on being an amazing influencer and making a difference in the world around them in such amazing and big ways. Let me tell you when this is happening. You've heard me talking about it, but I want to give you the details right here, right now, because it is not too late to participate. These ladies are all going to be at the Women's Real Estate Investors Network live event next week, starting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So actually Sunday is May 1st, last weekend of this month. All of these ladies are going to be on stage talking about, undoubtedly, all of the things that they have accomplished, but they're to inspire 7,000 ladies who are showing up live for this event, and countless. I can't even begin to tell you. I don't even know how many people will be there virtually, because you can attend either way. If you can be there in Dallas, we would love to see you. I'm super excited to be on stage on May 1st. I'm super humbled and honored to be on the same stage as these amazing women, but I'm going to be on stage on May 1st to do what I love to do for my authors the most, and that's help them celebrate the release of their book. So Teresa, congratulations. We are finally at the end of this journey. It takes a while to get there. On the 1st, we're going to stand on that stage together and release your brand new book, Without Fear, A Woman's Guide to Real Estate Investing, and I'm super excited to be there. So what do all of these amazing women have in common? They are all going to be at this event next week, and I would love to invite you to be there. If you can't be there in person, please sign up to be there virtually. I promise you it's going to be life-changing. The things that these women have to say are life-changing. And the most affordable event imaginable. Anybody can do this. Even if you can't travel, attend virtually. I promise you it's going to change your life. Okay. If you're there, please stop in, find me, I'm going to be wandering around helping Teresa with her book at the event. Find me and say hello. I'd love to know that you're a viewer of The Savvy Author. I'd love to shake your hand, hug your neck, whatever. I'd love to see you there. Of course, the women, this is for women, so if you're a guy, I don't know if they're going to let you in. I'm sorry, this is for women. All right, before we go, I do want to take just a couple of minutes to talk about what we have going on over at Clara Rose and Company. Oh, you know what? Before I do, I better tell you how you can get on the list. If you would like to be one of the first people to get your grubby little mitts on her book, Teresa's book, hop over to withoutfearofherfuture.com/book, and you can get on the waiting list, and you will be one of the first people to know that the book is published and you can purchase it. Okay, all right. Now, we're running out of time. So very, very lastly, this is what's happening over at Clara Rose and Company. We are getting ready to start our next masterclass. So our next Brainstorm and Blueprint masterclass, where we capture all of the book ideas that are floating around in your head. We organize those ideas into topics that are going to make sense for your reader. That's important. We're going to create an outline for your book. The industry, of course, calls that a book build, but I love the term blueprint, because it's literally the roadmap, the blueprint that we're going to follow in the creation of your book. So then we're going to create a strategy for the successful creation and publication of your completed manuscript, because they don't write themselves, my friend. And of course, the registration is going to open for summer session on May 1st. Now, we actually walk through this together. This is a live event that we walk through together. You show up each week. We talk about what we need to get accomplished. You get an assignment for the week, and then the following week we show up and we talk about the assignment, share our successes with the other writers in the group, get to know everyone, which is just a great piece of it when it comes launch time, pull together our outlines, and then everyone jumps into the writers group and gets the writing done. This is the most effective way to get your book done. I created it a number of years ago. I called it the Brainstorm and Blueprint, and it simply works. It gets that book idea out of your head, and it gets that book published. If you're serious about taking the next step and getting your book published, crafting your message for the world, and becoming a truly savvy author, this is for you. All right, guys, I am out of time. I will see you next Friday live at the event in Dallas. See you then.